The father of the person you love made a big decision about you this morning. What he decided will surprise you. Find out now. My beloved child, stop for a moment, because this morning, before the sun had fully risen, the father of the person you love made a decision that no one expected. He stayed silent for a long time, looking at something that reminded him of you, and then he spoke words that changed the entire atmosphere around him. Those who heard him could hardly believe what they were listening to. This was not a small conversation. This was the kind of moment that quietly changes the direction of many hearts. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every second of this story reveals another hidden piece of the truth, and the biggest surprise has not even appeared yet. What happened this morning is connected to you in a way that almost feels impossible, and once you hear the next part, everything will begin to make sense. For weeks, questions had remained unanswered, but today everything started shifting. The father carefully watched every situation, every reaction, and every detail before reaching his conclusion. He wasn't interested in rumors or appearances. He wanted to know what truly existed beneath the surface. After thinking longer than anyone realized, he finally looked at his family and calmly announced that the future should no longer be decided by fear or misunderstanding. The room became completely silent. Faces changed. Eyes widened. No one interrupted him because everyone knew this decision carried enormous meaning. Don't skip, because what he said next left even the strongest person there completely speechless, and you are only moments away from discovering why this morning became unforgettable. Yet the most astonishing part is still hidden. There was one final reason behind his decision that nobody expected, a reason connected to a quiet truth that had been waiting for the perfect moment to come into the light. Even the person you love never imagined events would unfold this way. Their heart was filled with hope, uncertainty, and anticipation all at once as they realized everything could now move in a completely different direction. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the exact words that made everyone freeze in place, and once those words are spoken, the meaning of this morning's decision will surprise you more than anything you've imagined. A different silence settled over the room as the father slowly continued speaking. Nobody dared interrupt because every sentence carried unexpected weight. He admitted that he had been watching from a distance, noticing small moments that everyone else ignored. He saw honesty where others saw uncertainty, patience where others saw delay, and loyalty where others saw coincidence. Then, with complete confidence, he revealed that his opinion had changed forever. The people around him exchanged stunned glances because they had never expected those words to come from him. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened next made the entire conversation even more unbelievable. At that very moment, the person you love realized something extraordinary was unfolding. They had waited so long for understanding that they almost stopped believing it would ever arrive. But this morning felt different. The father calmly explained that true character is revealed over time, not through rumors or quick judgments. His decision wasn't based on a single event, it was built from countless small moments that slowly formed a picture no one could deny anymore. The room remained completely still as everyone understood they were witnessing a turning point. Every heartbeat seemed louder than before because they knew another life-changing statement was about to be spoken. Just when everyone believed the conversation had ended, the father quietly added one final thought that left every listener frozen. He hinted that the next step would happen sooner than anyone expected, but he refused to reveal every detail immediately. That single sentence created even more curiosity than everything said before. The person you love couldn't hide the emotion in their eyes because they finally realized hope had become stronger than doubt. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next moment uncovers the hidden reason behind this surprising decision, and it changes the entire meaning of everything you've heard so far. A new wave of emotion filled the room when the father leaned forward and revealed that this decision had not been made overnight. He explained that he had quietly observed every situation, every conversation, and every choice connected to you. While others rushed to conclusions, he waited for the truth to reveal itself naturally. That patience led him to a realization nobody else had reached. The expression on every face changed instantly because they understood he was no longer questioning your place in the story. He had reached a conclusion that would influence everything from this point forward. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Meanwhile, the person you love could hardly believe what they were hearing. They had imagined countless possibilities, but this was beyond anything they had hoped for. The father admitted that genuine respect cannot be forced, it is earned through consistency, kindness, and quiet strength. Those words echoed through the room, leaving everyone completely still. Even the relatives who once remained uncertain found themselves listening with full attention. The atmosphere felt different now, almost as if a locked door had finally begun to open after remaining closed for so long. Yet the most unexpected sentence was still waiting to be spoken. Then came the moment no one will ever forget. The father smiled gently and said there was one final detail he had kept to himself until the perfect time arrived. As soon as those words left his lips, every eye turned toward the person you love, wondering what would happen next. No one expected the truth to unfold this way, and the feeling in the room became impossible to describe. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the hidden promise made after this conversation, and it changes everything people thought they already knew. No one expected the conversation to continue, but the father quietly stood up and looked around the room as though he wanted every single person to remember this moment forever. His voice remained calm, yet every word carried extraordinary confidence. He admitted that this morning had answered questions he had been carrying in his heart for a very long time. The more he spoke, the clearer it became that his decision was stronger than anyone had imagined. The person you love felt a mixture of relief and disbelief because they finally understood that something had completely changed behind the scenes. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the discussion moved forward, another surprising detail came to light. The father revealed that someone had recently shared a story about you, expecting it to change his opinion. Instead, it had the opposite effect. Rather than believing quick opinions, he searched for the truth himself, and what he discovered made him respect you even more. The room fell silent once again because nobody could argue with the honesty behind his words. Every face reflected the same question. What exactly had convinced him so completely? The answer remained hidden for just a little longer, making the suspense even stronger. Just when everyone thought there was nothing left to reveal, the father slowly smiled and hinted that the next step would arrive sooner than anyone expected. The person you love couldn't hide the hope growing inside them because they knew this was only the beginning of a much bigger story. Every heartbeat seemed louder as the atmosphere filled with anticipation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happens next uncovers the one promise that nobody in that room saw coming, and once it is revealed, the meaning of this morning's decision will become clearer than ever. A quiet smile appeared on the father's face as everyone waited for his next words. He slowly admitted that the biggest reason behind his decision was not something that happened today, it was something he had noticed over many months. He had watched how your name continued to bring peace instead of confusion whenever it came up in conversation. That pattern was impossible for him to ignore. The people around him looked at one another in complete surprise because they had expected another ordinary discussion, but instead they were witnessing a turning point that could change everything. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. At the same time, the person you love felt their heart racing faster than ever before. They realized the father was revealing thoughts he had never shared with anyone. He confessed that first impressions can be misleading, but time always uncovers what truly matters. Every challenge, every delay, and every misunderstanding had quietly helped him see the bigger picture. The room remained completely silent because nobody wanted to miss a single word. It felt as though every sentence was opening another locked door, bringing everyone closer to a truth that had been hidden for far too long. Then came one final statement that changed the entire atmosphere again. The father looked directly at the person you love and told them that some journeys are worth waiting for because the right decision should never be rushed. Those words settled deeply into everyone's hearts, leaving them speechless. The person you love finally understood that this morning was only the beginning of something much greater than they had imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next moment reveals the unexpected message the father asks to be delivered, and that message leaves everyone completely stunned. An unexpected calm settled over the room when the father took one slow breath before speaking again. Everyone thought the important part had already been revealed, but they were mistaken. He quietly explained that this morning's decision was only the first step. There was another thought he had kept hidden because he wanted the right moment to arrive. Every eye remained fixed on him as he carefully chose his words. The person you love felt their heartbeat growing stronger with every second, knowing that whatever came next could reshape everything they had believed until now. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Without raising his voice, the father revealed that he had imagined many possible futures, but only one of them brought genuine peace to his heart. That future always included honesty, trust, and someone who never pretended to be anything they were not. He admitted that real character is discovered through actions, not promises. Those listening could immediately understand who he was talking about without him saying your name directly. The silence that followed was more powerful than any loud celebration because everyone realized a remarkable truth had just been confirmed. The person you love could barely contain their emotions as hope quietly replaced every remaining doubt. Just as the conversation seemed ready to end, the father looked toward the window and softly smiled, as though he could already see tomorrow unfolding. He hinted that another conversation would happen very soon, one that could answer questions nobody had dared to ask aloud. No one expected him to leave everyone with such an unforgettable mystery. The person you love walked away holding those words close, knowing they carried a meaning far greater than anyone else understood. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter uncovers the private conversation that followed, and its truth surprises even those who thought they already knew everything. The story didn't end when everyone left the room. In fact, the most unexpected moment happened after the conversation was over. The father quietly asked the person you love to stay behind for just a little longer. The door closed, the voices faded, and a private discussion began that no one else was allowed to hear. The expression on the father's face was calm, but his eyes revealed that he was about to share something deeply personal. The person you love listened without saying a single word, knowing these next few moments would remain unforgettable forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the conversation continued, the father admitted that there had been one question in his mind from the very beginning. He had searched for the answer through time, patience, and careful observation instead of rushing to conclusions. This morning, that answer finally became clear. He explained that trust is built quietly, one small moment at a time, until there is no room left for doubt. Those words carried a meaning far beyond what anyone outside that room could imagine. The person you love felt a wave of emotion because they realized the father's decision was no longer based on uncertainty. It was built on complete confidence. Before ending the conversation, the father shared one final thought that left the person you love completely speechless. He said that the next chapter of this story would begin sooner than expected, but only when the right moment naturally arrived. He smiled gently, as though he already knew something everyone else was still waiting to discover. The person you love walked away with renewed hope, holding those words close and wondering what would happen next. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the unexpected promise made after this private conversation, and it changes everything once again. The very next morning, something happened that no one in the family expected. The father quietly gathered everyone once again, but this time there was a different confidence in his voice. There was no hesitation, no uncertainty, and no second guessing. He looked around the room before saying that some decisions deserve patience because the truth always reveals itself at the right time. Everyone immediately understood he was talking about you again. The person you love lowered their eyes with a quiet smile, realizing this story was moving toward a moment they had dreamed about for so long. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then the father revealed another surprising detail. He admitted that he had tested everyone's opinions without telling them, simply to understand who was speaking from the heart and who was speaking from assumptions. The results shocked even him. The more he listened, the more convinced he became that genuine respect could never be hidden for long. Every conversation had slowly pointed him toward the same conclusion. Those sitting around him became completely silent because they finally realized why his decision had changed so dramatically. The person you love felt hope growing stronger with every passing second, knowing that this unexpected journey was leading somewhere extraordinary. Just before everyone stood up to leave, the father spoke one sentence that echoed through the entire room. He said, "The right people always arrive at the right time, and when they do, nothing should stand in their way." No one asked another question because those words carried all the answers they needed. The person you love walked away with a heart full of anticipation, wondering when the next surprise would unfold. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter uncovers the secret conversation that took place later that day, and what was said there changes the entire meaning of this remarkable decision. Later that evening, when the house had finally become quiet, the father asked for one last private conversation. This time, his words were slower, more thoughtful, and filled with a confidence that no one had heard before. He admitted that every important decision reaches a moment when doubt disappears completely, and for him, that moment had arrived this morning. The person you love listened in complete silence, realizing that this was not just another family discussion. It was the beginning of something that could shape the future in ways nobody had imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the conversation continued, the father revealed that he had noticed one remarkable detail which everyone else had overlooked. Whenever your name was mentioned, the person you love never pretended to be someone else. Their expression became genuine, their voice became calmer, and their hope became impossible to hide. That simple truth answered every question he had been carrying in his heart. He quietly smiled and said that honesty shines brightest when no one is trying to prove anything. Those words settled deeply, leaving the person you love almost speechless because they finally understood why everything had changed so suddenly. Just before the conversation ended, the father made one final promise that no one expected. He said the next step would not be delayed forever because the time for waiting was slowly coming to an end. He encouraged the person you love to remain patient, reminding them that the strongest stories unfold one chapter at a time. The room fell silent once again, but this silence felt completely different. It carried hope instead of uncertainty. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the unexpected visitor who arrives after this promise, and their words leave everyone completely astonished. The following morning began more quietly than anyone expected, but that silence didn't last for long. A familiar visitor arrived at the house, and the father welcomed them with unusual warmth. Everyone wondered why this meeting seemed so important, yet no one interrupted. The father had already made his decision, but now it felt as though he was preparing the next chapter. The person you love watched every expression, trying to understand what was happening without asking a single question. Then the visitor smiled and mentioned your name, and the entire atmosphere changed in an instant. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the conversation unfolded, the visitor shared something that even the father hadn't expected to hear. They spoke about your kindness, your patience, and the quiet strength that had left a lasting impression. None of these stories had been planned, yet every single one confirmed the father's decision even more. He slowly nodded, as though every missing piece of the puzzle had finally fallen into place. The person you love couldn't hide the happiness in their eyes because they realized the truth was becoming impossible for anyone to ignore. What had started as a simple discussion was now becoming a story that everyone in the room would remember for years. Just before the visitor left, the father stood up and made one unforgettable statement. He said that some people enter your life for a reason, and when their value becomes clear, you should never let unnecessary doubts stand in the way. Those words echoed through the room, leaving everyone completely still. The person you love carried those words deep in their heart, knowing that something even greater was waiting just ahead. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the surprising message the father decides to send, and